I want to talk about the power behind your transformation. So first, let's talk about the supplements that we recommend. You're going to get powders that can be used as part of a meal replacement or as a meal replacement. You're going to get supplements to help clean out the colon and detoxify the colon. You're going to get other nutrients, super greens, essential source. All you have to do is follow the directions. If you have questions, you can always reach out and ask me, but the directions are very clear. This is not real complicated stuff. So after a couple of days, your brain should be working on seeing changes, working at a cleaner level, running better. So after a couple of days, and I said, give me at least 3 days to get this thing up and running, you're going to start to see some changes. It happens really quickly. Okay, everything should begin to function better. Your sex drive, your bowels, your bladder, your sleep, your energy, you're sitting at work. Everything starts to make changes pretty quickly. Now, what we're trying to teach you here is I want you to step away from momentary pleasure. I want to have a piece of Bob's birthday cake, so I'm going to have a piece of birthday cake and it's pleasurable. I don't like celebrating birthdays at my offices because if we have a cake, even if it's gluten-free, vegan, sweetened with stevia, everybody has to take a break from work, have the cake, and then afterwards, they start to digest this cake. And it can be stressful. It can be exhausting. It can be tiring. And it breaks everybody's mode. So stop thinking about momentary pleasure. I had a rough day today at work. I'm going to have a glass of wine. Momentary pleasure. I had a rough day at work. What can I do to relax? Maybe a glass of chamomile tea. Maybe I can go for a walk. So you start thinking about momentary pleasure versus stable feeling good all the time. When people say, how you doing? I want you to mean it when you say, I feel great. Wouldn't that be amazing? Think about that. How many times a day does somebody say, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. Do you mean it? From now on, I want you to mean it. So we talked about the cheats, and I know you're going to be tempted. And if you're tempted, a couple of things you want to do. You want to do something for 20 minutes. Go for a walk, clean the house, walk up and down the stairs. 20 minutes. Then see if you still want to cheat. The chances are very strong that you're not going to want to. Again, not momentary pleasure, long-term feeling good. That's what we're shooting for. So the protocol, the diet protocol is also, we're going to send that to you. It's pretty clear. Breakfast, lunches, dinner, snacks. Follow it. There's a bunch of recipes in there as well. I don't recommend nuts in this first protocol because nuts are very high in fat and they're a little tough to digest. So that's going to be for later. Again, what I talked about my day earlier, breakfast, lunches, dinner, snacks. I may have nuts, but if I'm going through my class, and I do this, by the way, I do this 2-3 times a year. Anyway, I do it with you. You want to stay away from the nuts initially. So you're going to get all the supplements. You're going to get the protocol on what to eat, what not to eat. Again, any question, just let us know. Again, you're eating for sustenance versus the pleasure of instant gratification. Most of us eat for instant gratification. I want dessert. I want a cookie. I want a drink. Yeah, I do too. But we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to change the way we function in our lives. And it's amazing. And that doesn't mean you can never do it. It just means after 21 days or so, when your brain resets itself, you're going to make better choices. Okay, change comes with a little bit of pain, but this isn't really even a little bit of pain. And I have so many cases, countless, where patients say, they look at this and they say, no way I can do this. This is impossible. You're full of crap. There's nothing. I'm not giving up my alcohol, meat, sugar, dairy, coffee, soda, and artificial sweetener. And then every one of them, if they do it, and almost everyone does, if they do it, they come back and say, wow, I had no idea that I can do this. A guy named Bob who did this a while ago, and he was just, dyed in the wool, meat eater, boozer, loved his scotch, loved his brandy, big gut on him, didn't care. Hey, I earned this gut. I worked hard to get the gut this big. So he and his family, after he had some health issues, decided that it was time to do it. He did it, and he was almost, I guess he was in tears after just about 2 weeks. He said, Dr. Joe, I can't believe I feel this good. I don't have constant gas. I feel my stomach is flattening out. I feel excited about going home. My wife and I are rekindling our relationship. So many things happen, and things that I can't even think that are going to happen for you go happen with just these little changes that you do. It's wonderful. I quoted a couple of, I quote these people a lot. Amanda did it. Donna did it. Michelle did it. I'm trying to think of names of people recently that just went through the program. And every one of them is just like, it's a whole new world. It's just crazy out there. So once again, I'm going to remind you, because most people have to hear something 11 times to remember it. You have a sweet craving, have something sour. Shock your tongue. So have a dill pickle. Have a dill pickle when you want something sweet, and then wait 20 minutes. If you still want to have a sweet, the chances are very strong you're not going to want to do it. And I've had people that, I love my cake, I love my chocolate. There's nothing you can ever do to get me to give these things up. And when they do this little trick, the dill pickle and waiting 20 minutes, they come back and they say, I don't want it anymore. I really am now able to make those decisions. Food doesn't rule my life anymore. So think about, traditional breakfast foods, the bacon, the eggs, the toast, the juice, the grits. Those are going to go to the wayside. We're not going to do those anymore. I want you to take it easy on your digestive system. It's called break fast. You're breaking your fast, breakfast. And you don't want to be throwing bacon and eggs down there. You want to start it out nice and slow, nice and gentle, super greens and essential source, some water, and watch what happens. Same thing with dinner foods. Change what you think about a dinner food. I've already been to a steakhouse and lower-end steakhouses that aren't as customized, and they don't have anything on the menu that I can eat on the main menu. So then I look at the side dishes. You could have a salad, you could have baked potato, you could have mushrooms, you have broccoli, you have cauliflower, you have sauteed onions, and you make yourself a little veggie plate. Still the least expensive thing on the menu, and usually delicious because side dishes usually spectacular. But I want you to rethink about cultural traditions. Let's talk about birthday cakes, for example. I want you to exchange food for experience. So people say, what do you want for your birthday? You want birthday cake? You say, how about we go for a hike? And they're going to go, what? How about we go bowling? What? You always say, what do I want to do? This is what I want to do. Spend time with friends and family. Do something. Have an experience. Exercise. That's going to make a lasting memory. If I said to you, think of the last time you went bowling, you'd probably have a memory of that. Think of the last time you hiked a real high mountain. Think of the last time you saw a waterfall. You remember that. If I said to you, when was the last time you had cake? You might not even remember that. You're probably going to forget that cake the next evening. Now, you're not going to forget the gas and the bloating and the weight that it caused, but you're going to forget the cake. You're not going to forget the fact that you spent some time with family and friends. And they're going to appreciate it too. Because what's going to happen is you live the lifestyle, people are going to notice it, and they're going to start making changes as well. Man, we had so much fun at your birthday last time. Remember we went to that karaoke place? Oh my gosh, that was a blast, wasn't it? I want to do that on my birthday now. Watch what happens. You'll be amazed. Live the life. I never tell people what to eat or what not to eat unless I'm coaching them, of course. But, if I'm at an event or a party or a family gathering, I never put forth my views, my opinions, my knowledge. I never do. But so many times people come to me and say, can I try that? I was at Thanksgiving at my adopted family, and they made a vegan gluten-free stuffing. I know, sounds boring, right? Spectacular. They made a vegan gravy. Spectacular. And the meat eaters, about 6 of them, all asked if they can try it. And they did. Every one of them said the same thing. This is better than the real stuff. Like it's not real. This is better than the real stuff. So why don't we do that then instead? So it really is amazing how so many changes you can make in your life and how you're going to affect so many other people, even if you don't mean to. So you're going to learn how to incorporate these new habits into your life with your family, your friends. You're going to start to glow. I had, last time I did a whole class, one of the women who took the class with me, she said that she worked in a church. And she said that people are just noticing. She said the pastor came up to her and said, you look different. What's different about you? You look happier. You're glowy. And she said, well, I'm doing this, program. And everyone says the same thing. Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. Because not only do you feel better, you look better. And you're a better person because you're able to manage your stress and you're able to help other people with their stress. You can serve the community so much better. Now, if you need support, you can always reach out, drjoe.com. My team and I are always here for you. So your homework now is to go to the website, drjoe.com, and type in 7 Deadly Sins of Nutrition and listen to the lecture we did called the 7 Deadly Sins of Nutrition. Those are the 7 foods I want you to cut back or cut out of your life. So as you listen to that, it's going to take you to a whole nother level. I'm so excited you're here.